So I met Sean 15 years ago when he came to the firehouse as a probie. I had a year on the job, and right away I knew he was a great guy. He was, you know, he jumped into everything. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. He was he had a thirst to learn, and he asked a lot of questions, he just seemed like he was going to be a really good fit for our firehouse. And then after a few days, I got in a couple conversations with him, and I realized that this guy talks a lot. And we nicknamed him Sean O'Talk within his first week in the firehouse. And fast forward 10 years from that point, my wife and I are in the city with one of our girlfriends, Maly, and we're having drinks. I'm not going to name the bar because these guys are going to say I'm plugging my own venue. So let's just say it's the Refinery Rooftop on 38th Street between 5th and 6th. You guys want to go? You're more than welcome. But we're up there. Long story short, Sean comes up and he texts me. He wants to see what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, come on up. So he comes to the roof, and within 30 seconds, he's full-blown Sean O'Talk mode with Maggie. And he's got his arm on the wall, Maggie in between the arm and the wall, and she had minimal means of egress, and he was really just having a Sean-on-one conversation. So, I'm roasting him, he's not here tonight. It's okay. But the crazy thing is that my wife comes up to me, you know, about an hour later, and he's still talking to her. And she says, you know, what's up with Sean? I said, oh, I'm sorry, he talks a lot. You know, I'm sorry about that. She's like, no. I mean, like, is he single? Is he married? Does he have any kids? And I said, no, why? And she goes, well, I think Maggie really likes him. And I was like, holy shit, this guy can really talk. And now they're married, and they're on their honeymoon. Again, so I think he deserves it though. He definitely deserves it. So there are a couple of things that I think about, or that takeaways from that day. One of them is, and Joe had touched on it before. No matter what you hear, no matter what you do, or you know what you've experienced, or what's been written in the paper, there is absolutely nothing routine about this job. There was nothing routine about the gas leak that led to a gas explosion that unfortunately killed Chief Michael Fdny from the Bronx. There was nothing routine about Sean's accident that nearly severed his arm. Certainly nothing routine about him in his recovery process. And absolutely nothing routine about the recent fire that led to the line of duty death of William Tolley. So you guys all signed up for a dangerous job, and there is absolutely nothing routine about that. The other thing I remember is that Sean never lost consciousness during this time. He lost a lot of blood, but he never lost consciousness. And he, you know, he talked pretty much the whole time. I mean, I know it's funny to hear, but he did talk. He was talking from the moment of impact. He was talking when we were cutting him out. He was talking in the ambulance, on the stretcher, and he actually talked his way through the emergency room at the hospital. And I mention that because I truly believe his voice helped him through that. And his voice and his talking led him to be one of the leaders in our firehouse. Definitely a key player. It led him to his current marriage with Maggie, and not only did it get him through that experience, but his voice helped us because he reassured us the entire time. He provided, I know Joe said that we provided the emotional support, but it's actually Sean provided the emotional support for us, and that means a lot to all the guys here. As honored and as humbled as we all are up here tonight, let's remember who the true hero is, and that's Sean O'Talk.
family, friends, and especially 289 and 138. Thank you all for being here tonight. Yeah, like what Steve said, I think we share this award with Sean because his strength and determination to come back on this job and pretty much make it back to full duty is unremarkable. Doctors, nurses, everybody, they had no clue that he was ever going to be this far with his progress, and it's just amazing to see how far he has come. So, Sean, unfortunately, he couldn't be here because he's on his honeymoon, but thank you, and it's just been unbelievable for him, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
I want to thank George and Barbara, family and friends, 289 138. I just want to say what it all comes down to is the brother. And when your brother needs help, you better be ready to answer. That's all that matters.
I was prepared to say a really long and unbelievable speech, but I feel like these guys